Hello students, let us study one new chapter from Science, Standard 7th, Lesson number 12, the muscular system and digestive system in human beings. In this lesson, students, we are going to study about muscular system and digestive system. In muscular system, we shall study types of muscles and working of muscles. And in digestive system, let us see the organs which are functioning and the important glands, the effects of bad habit on the digestive system. So these are the important points which we are going to study in this chapter. So students, let us begin with the chapter. Let us recall what is meant by organ system. An organ system is a group of organs that work together to perform a specific function. Now, one second question is given in your textbook. How are the bones in our body joined to each other? These are the basic things which you should know and you should remember. Bones in our body are joined to each other with muscles. Now let us study the muscular system. Now you can see the picture displayed over here. In the first picture you can see. Now what you have to do is close your fist tightly and bend your arm at the elbow as shown here. Now feel the upper part of this arm with the fingers of your other hand. What did you experience? Did you feel the hardness in the upper arm? This fleshy part consists of muscles. Muscles contract and relax as different parts of our body move. Muscles give our body a specific shape and posture. You can see here. And in the next picture, muscles are bundles of fibers that can contract and relax as required. Now students, can you tell what is the mutual relationship between muscles and bones? Muscles are firmly attached to bones by means of tendons. When muscles contract, there is movement at the joint and the bones move either nearer to or away from each other. The actions of muscles is necessary for all kinds of movements, from the small movements of eyelids to those that demand great strength, as when chopping wood with an axe. We use muscles for various movements like talking, laughing, walking, jumping, throwing, etc. Now students, use your brain power and answer this question. Which parts of our body are made up only of muscles? Can you tell? Okay, I'll tell you. Heart, lungs, digestive organs, tongue and blood vessels are made up of only muscles. Okay, you came to know about this. Now, are the muscles of different organ in our body identical? All organs have different kinds of muscles and are in no way identical, means they are different from each other. Now let us see what are voluntary muscles. Working with our hands, walking, eating, etc. are functions that depend upon our will. Muscles used in these actions are called voluntary muscles. For example, muscles in our arms and legs are voluntary muscles. Means it is according to our will. Those are called as voluntary muscles. Now let us study about involuntary muscles. Various processes like breathing, blood circulation, digestion are vital functions. Vital here means important functions. That is, they are essential for life. They do not depend upon our will. The muscles of organs which carry out these involuntary functions are called involuntary muscles. Functions of organs like the stomach, intestine, heart are carried out in their own fixed manner by involuntary muscles. So keep it in your mind, what are voluntary and involuntary muscles. Now let us study the different types of muscles which are very important. First one we are going to study is our skeletal muscles. You can see here the muscles you can see. I will give you the description. The two ends of each of these muscles are attached to two different bones. Examples of such muscles are muscles of the arms and legs. Their movements are voluntary. They are also responsible for holding the bones of the skeleton together and also gives shape to our body. The second type of muscle we are going to study is of heart or cardiac muscles. These muscles bring about the contraction and relaxation, that is beating of the heart. Their movement is involuntary. Cardiac muscles cause our heart to relax and contract continuously at a rate of about 70 times per minute. Now the third type of muscle is called as smooth muscles. These muscles are present in the internal organs other than the heart. For example, muscles of the stomach, intestine, then blood vessels, uterus, etc. Their movements are involuntary and very slow. Various important functions of our body, of which we remain quite unaware, are carried out by these special muscles. So these are the different types of muscles just now we studied. Now the muscles in the human body, here you can see here it is displayed. Once again just go through it. Now can you tell students, how do muscles perform their functions? Yes, let us see. The main function of the muscular system is movement. Muscles are the only tissue in the body that has the ability to contract and therefore move the other parts of the body. Now you can try this. One activity is given here. You can see the three images over here. In the first image, hold your arm straight at the elbow, that is 180 degrees, without closing your fist, as it is shown here. And in the second picture, bend the arm at the elbow through 90 degrees, like this. Then touch the shoulder with your fingers on same side, as it is shown in the third picture. Muscles of which part of your arm contracted and relaxed during the above three actions? The muscle on the front of the bone in our upper arm, he is called the biceps. The muscle at the back is called the triceps. Now students, always remember Muscles in our body must be strong and efficient. Our diet must include proteins and carbohydrates in sufficient quantity for the proper growth and repair of muscles. We must get regular exercise. It makes the muscles strong. We must sit with a straight back and not with the back hunched or bent. Otherwise, gradually changes occur in the structure of the vertebrae. Muscles in the shoulder and back begin to hurt. Disorders of the vertebral column may also arise. During exercise, movements of the heart muscles become more rapid. Breathing too becomes faster, ensuring a sufficient supply of energy and nutrients to various parts of the body. So always remember this. Now let us study the digestive system. Let's recall what happens to the food we eat inside our body. Yes, the food we eat gets digested inside our body. Now the second question, does this food mix as it is with the blood? No, the food does not mix as it is with the blood. So we have answered these two questions because last year you have studied this. Conversion of food into a soluble form and its absorption into the blood is called digestion. The digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. The total length of alimentary canal is about 9 meters. Its main parts are the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. The salivary glands, liver and pancreas are the digestive glands connected to the alimentary canal. Different organs of the digestive system systematically perform the function of digestion. There are different stages in the process of digestion of food, and at each stage there is a different organ of the digestive system which performs its specific role. So let us study the structure and function of each organ of the digestive system. So you can see here so many organs are performing the function. So let us start with teeth. The process of digestion begins with the functions of the teeth in the mouth. There are 4 types of teeth, namely incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Each type of tooth has a specific function. Each tooth is covered by a hard substance called enamel. Enamel is made of a calcium salt. Saliva contains an enzyme called ptyalin or salivary amylase. Ptyalin converts starch into a sugar called maltose.